We've got a threat for winter weather this weekend. I wanted to start with the 7-day forecast because I think it really just gives you an overview of what we're going to see this week. First of all, we're going to see some rain on Wednesday, an 80% chance. This is just rain. But as you head toward the weekend, there's going to be this Arctic cold front that's going to move in. Look at the difference from 70 degrees to a high of 42. When you look at mornings, you got 34, 26 to 30 degrees and a high temperature on Sunday of 38. So we have the coldest temperatures we've seen all season long with the potential, and this is the icon. It looks like no matter what, you got a cold rain, but there's also a potential for some freezing rain and or sleet. So here's kind of what we're watching. First of all, freezing rain is possible with this system. That's the most dangerous winter precipitation because if you're driving in this and you hit that sheet of ice, and it doesn't have to be very thick, you just go. Wind chills are going to be in the teens, so bitterly cold temperature. No snow is expected with this system. It just doesn't have the setup for that, and so it's just simply going to be a rain or freezing rain that is going to come down, no snow. So here's a look at the Arctic air. The coldest air is going to be locked up here in the northeastern United States, but what you're going to see is a bit of that Arctic air start to move into the state of Texas as we head towards Saturday. And so this is what it looks like for precipitation. The blue color is the snow. You see that mainly in Oklahoma and North Texas. The pink color, that's where you see the freezing rain coming down. So you see some of that make it into Houston or to the north, but this is the freezing rain that Saturday evening, and then it pretty much dies out as we head toward a Sunday morning. That's all off here to the west of us. And so the opportunity, at least for right now, is on Saturday. It's not out of the question the timing changes, but this is what we're watching for right now. Snowfall totals, it's up in North Texas or 2 to 4 inches in Oklahoma. Any precipitation we get is going to either be rain or freezing rain. The totals right now, not a lot. Less than 1/10 of an inch or right at 1/10 of an inch along I-10 up to the north. And then also you see, I'm showing a different model here for the freezing rain. It's a little more off here to the northwest of Houston. Again, about 1/10 of an inch coming down. And again, that is the most dangerous kind of precipitation there is. And so the reason we're not getting snow, our upper levels of the atmosphere this weekend are incredibly warm. So in this red area, that's temperatures above freezing, so it's falling as rain. But we have freezing temperatures on the ground, so as soon as it hits, it's going to freeze, and that goes onto trees, it goes onto power lines. If trees, branches fall into power lines, this could be a potentially dangerous thing too, because people are losing power in this kind of cold. We're not expecting any snow like we had last year at this time because the upper levels of the atmosphere are not all below freezing. To get snow, you need all of the column of air above the ground to be below freezing. So we have a freezing rain setup, maybe sleet setup, but we do not have a snow setup. And so the keys that I'm watching right now, the timing of the cold air and the precipitation. If they miss and they don't line up, we're going to get a cold rain. However, if they align perfectly, we are going to get a dangerous icy mess out there. And I'm going to leave you with this. The way winter forecasting works for us is days 6 to 8, which would have been last Friday over the weekend. We pay attention. We see that this is potentially going to occur. So we observe patterns for this system. Here's where we are now, days 4 and 5, looking for consistency. So is the confidence increasing for a winter precipitation event or decreasing? Does the setup make sense? Now, once we get to about Wednesday-ish, that's when we start to really get a specific forecast for precipitation type. As you notice, I'm saying it could be this or it could be that, but this is when we start to give the timing, the location, and total. So we get a little more specific as we head toward the middle part of the week. And once we get to Friday, and definitely early on Saturday, that's the call to action. We identify the specifics, the exact timing, the location, and the overall threat impacts, because if we do get freezing rain, that is the worst kind. I've said this 3 times now, the worst kind of winter precipitation you can get. And of course, we will be here with you all week long, walking you through it and showing you changes in this forecast, because this forecast will change.